Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of Not Just a Pretty Face. And I am so excited to introduce you our special guest, Chanel from Hollywell and Segan. She is a real estate lawyer, and we're going to be doing a little bit of an interview today, talking about everything real estate when it comes to lawyer transactions. And she brought a special guest, her little puppy Denali.
Yeah, she's just gonna sit here, so we're good.
Perfect. Okay. I mean, I think everybody will love it.
Yeah.
So, tell us more about yourself.
So I'm from Windsor, Essex County. I went to high school in Leamington, did all of my schooling at the University of Windsor here, and then now I live in Belle River. But so I'm a local girl, born and raised here, and like you said, I work at Hollywell Segan. We're a newer firm. We opened in 2018.
Oh, great.
And we're located on Les Bronze, where the old Billards building used to be. So I mainly focus my areas of practice in real estate and also corporate commercial work. I do a little bit of estates work, but I would say real estate and corporate commercial work is my main focus.
Awesome. Yeah. True girl boss, everybody right here. We actually met a few months ago, and I was wanting Chanel to come on the segment before obviously everything closed up again, and then we had to take kind of a hiatus. We lost a content creator, but I think something we talked about and bonded over was being a young woman in a male-dominated industry and having very similar mindsets to it. So I think Not Just a Pretty Face, this is the perfect guest for it. So everybody give her a warm welcome. So besides, so real estate really is a huge part of the business. So a lot of people don't understand why they need a real estate lawyer when they have purchased a property or when they're selling. So can you dive deep a little more into why?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, you need a lawyer to register the deed on your behalf. So to actually legally own the property, we have a system that's called TerraView. And once the deal is closed, we register the transfer in TerraView. And then in that system, you legally own the property. Unfortunately, you can't do that on your own. You do need the assistance of a lawyer. So beyond just the basic needs of legally requiring somebody to register a deed on your behalf, having a real estate lawyer is incredibly helpful because we search title for you. We'll look to see if there's any issues on title that maybe need to be addressed, if there's any encumbrances, easements that may affect your property. So we really have your best interest in mind, and at the end of the day, we just want you to have possession of your home without any sort of interruptions or disturbances or things that may come up in the future. And so that's what we're really there to help you out with and to make the process smooth, easy, and understandable, especially for first-time home buyers or people who don't deal with lawyers very often.
Beautifully said. I mean, and I think a lot of people don't understand that too, of things that could happen or go wrong upon closing, such as, something's not working or the sellers aren't out in time. I mean, there's so much that could go wrong, and people don't realize that. That is why you have a real estate lawyer. Is for them to help you.
No, that's very true. There can be a lot of issues that come up post-closing and pre-closing. Some things to think about is, if you all of a sudden get flooding and you didn't know that the property was subject to flooding, or part of the purchase price was that you're going to get the fridge and the appliances, and they said that would all be in working order, and then you own the property and it breaks down, and so it's, what do you do in those instances? So we often, we work in tandem with the real estate agents, and we try to get you solutions as best as we can, but that's why it's really important to have good real estate agents and good lawyers, so you're doing that due diligence up front so you can minimize those risks of post-closing issues.
Love it. Trust me, it's happened to me, and without a real estate lawyer, things could go south, right? So what should people expect basically in terms of the process from start to finish? So what is the first thing that needs to be done and the very last thing that needs to be done?
So from our end, if a person is working with a real estate agent, they'll contact us and they'll say, oh, I'm working with so-and-so agent. Hopefully it's somebody from AW for you. And then we will get a copy of the agreement of purchase and sale from that real estate agent. We'll review it with the client and just let them know, you know, here's the date of closing, here's the deposit, here's the requisition date, and we explain what all of those things are. We'll also go through whether there's any conditions and how those should be satisfied. After that, it's almost like a waiting game. We have to requisition by a certain date, which means that we have to do title searches. If we think that there's any issues with title, we have to notify the seller's lawyer of those issues and say, hey, we want these items fixed before closing. And that's a really important step in the transaction. And then we prepare all of the documents and we contact you and have you in to sign. And then when it's time for closing, we let you know when it's closed and where you can pick up keys. So there's not a lot for clients to do. It's a lot of lawyer-focused work.
A lot of behind the scenes.
A lot
things
of
people
behind
don't
the
see.
scenes. Yeah, we just need you to be responsive to us. If we have things we need to contact you with, there may be some things that clients have to coordinate on their end, like getting insurance. If they're getting a mortgage, making sure they're satisfying those broker conditions or the conditions that the mortgage wants them to satisfy in order to get the funds. But we work with you and we coordinate with you on all of those things.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And one of the last questions is, how has COVID really changed the way you've done business? Because I know everything now is just starting to open up with like face-to-face, but before you had to do everything
Yeah.
electronically, which is really not the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it may have had a bigger impact on you guys, like, because I know for a period of time you couldn't do walkthroughs in houses, and you know, the market's crazy right now, so people aren't even doing inspections anymore. And then I think COVID really kind of made that more difficult in a way. So for us, what we were doing when our office was closed, and we still try to do sometimes, is Zoom appointments.
Great.
That's been the biggest thing. So we're flexible. If somebody's not comfortable with coming into the office, I mean, we have all our precautions in place. But if you're not comfortable, we just do a Zoom appointment, and you know, you'd have to drop off the documents to our office and everything else. So it is a little bit more of a hurdle that way. But that, I think that's been the biggest way, is just not, you know, having to, because we do a lot of real estate, so having to figure out, well, which client can come in, which ones are we doing by Zoom,
Gotcha.
setting up the Zoom appointments, but we're happy to do all of that.
Awesome. Flexible, right? You want somebody always working for you, and that's what clearly she
Yes.
does. So that was so educational. I hope everybody learned something who didn't know that they needed a lawyer. You need Chanel. So give her a call. Thanks everybody for watching. Not just a pretty face.
Thank you.